Okay, welcome back. This will be the third. Sorry. The second to last episode. There we go. Just in case this doesn't get through for some reason, I am recording a new session. Trying new headset on. And let's get to this. So, we came across a number of things. Okay. So, the last episode, they were talking about the cleaner, yes, but they also introduced a new character, which is the IT guy. I guess it is. Let's see here. Oh no, that wouldn't be this card. What card was it here? Dean. It ain't him. It's someone else. I'll close this, in fact. So, is that IT person the culprit? The character Paul mentioned a prisoner. So this guy went to jail apparently. This is their business is a business encouraging people to do anything and everything. Yeah, but not to feel guilty over it. So that is. I can't say it's a sociopathic. I can't say they're sociopaths. I can't say that. There's more to it than that. But as a mundane person, I can say that. I can't say it clinically. You're hiring people who need a second chance, that's great. But considering your company, I would have some reservations. You had a laptop that just went missing, right? It wouldn't be unusual if someone who has a criminal record might have stolen it. Growing up, there was something called the crime of opportunity, right? If your neighbor leaves $1 million on a windowsill and you steal it, yeah, you're at fault, but also someone left $1 million on a windowsill. Come on. At some point, like, they have some responsibility too. I'm not victim blaming here. It shouldn't happen in any regard. But you gotta take precautions. Atlas building didn't have a lock on that. The laptop wasn't tied down. It sucks, but I do not condone stealing. But I can understand the motivations for it. Not a fan of thieves, honestly, personally. But I get it. You know? The prescription situation. 2 people say he has arthritis. His father says he doesn't have arthritis. And it's in this other person's name. So that's just weird altogether. That's fraud. One. Especially if your insurance is involved too. Can you imagine that? In any event, yeah. So that's fraudulent as it is. Like, it's just bad news all around. And the last thing that we found in the previous episode was this mirror room situation here. So it was bizarre. With all that said, where are we gonna go now? Is there anything over here? Yes. Oh, okay. That was just by chance. I haven't even opened the walkthrough at all. I'm just taking a look. Not that the farm abbey. I wanted to actually look down over here. But, yeah, sure. Nothing really there going on, but... Okay, James is the most important character in this game. Let's find out what he's after. Or, let's snoop around a bit more. Nothing. Okie doke. Well, go further. Anything new? Anything interesting? Okay, sure. Why not? I'm already here. Something's new. What's that sound?
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
Poppy pot? Is that like opium? Okay, you know, I'm not gonna get much information trying to dive into this here. Talk to the guy directly. I honestly, okay, this was a good find. I was lucky to go in this direction. I was really just going from the far left to right. And that cutscene happened here instead of right here because it just happened to be that way. I assumed that if I tried walking to Atlas right now and there was a cutscene around here, they would come across it. So that's kind of cool. Okay, it's not just gonna teleport you there. It does just fast travel you. You walk through everything, and should something happen on the way, you come across it regardless. But since we're here,
if you don't mind.
let's see here. Couple things before I do that. He would not know about that. He wouldn't know about that. He wouldn't know. Okay, so I just want to take a look through all that. I thought I did ask about that. Okay, sure.
Recognize this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
Okay, that's more than I expected, honestly.
Seen this before?
Don't think so.
It's not like I don't think a farmer would have a laptop. But I was just shocked. Like, they would do this if it was for a reason. Doesn't grow any other drugs. Okay, this is the one I'm gonna take a look at later on. Okay. I should have got some water before doing this. Alright, let's just go into this.
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that.
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
I kind of missed that part too. I thought it was just the painkillers and the alcohol. Oh, I guess it didn't give me details here. Alright, look. Used for decorations. I'm assuming it has to do with doesn't grow any other drugs. The pods used for decoration, okay. Yeah, we're doing this again, huh? From a friend who didn't want them. No, it's not enough. It's not enough at all. Cookery, huh? Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna try this. Okay, I got nothing then. I'm just gonna...
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Let me see what else changed. Okie dokie. So... Let's, unlikely. No, I got nothing there. I'm just gonna skip past that real quick. Sure, let's just take a look inside the restaurant. I know I did talk to Paul, I think toward the end of the last episode. This is still empty. I regret. But she would know
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
plant stuff as well.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
Okay, not much
That's all
else.
for the moment. Thank you.
I wasn't expecting much anyway, but all right. Let's see these two over here. Okay, I'm curious. Like, I can go up this. That freaks me out every time. I can go up this path for a reason. There's something here, right? I guess there was like one thing at the very beginning, and nothing ever since. The one thing I found here could have been in any other scene. They could have just got rid of this. I don't get it, but whatever. I need information, so let's do this.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Alright, so a couple things here. They wouldn't know about that. The arthritis, they might. He might.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't noticed he had any problems.
Do
Oh,
you
no,
know
no.
about the mirror room at Atlas?
That's not what I wanted to do. Because I asked him already.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium? No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
But I don't know.
Mint?
I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock.
Allergy.
The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so.
he had this whole story about taking stuff in the mirror room. I'm not a pain specialist. I know someone who is. I know morphine and like Percocet are different. I know morphine and opioids. I want to think those are different, but just to be sure.
Aha.
Yeah.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
They were in a relationship.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
What do you mean, test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me, and the other person's the...
Victim?
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Atlas seem to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Damn. Okay. Okay, let's see what Emma has to say about all this.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Talk about all that. Let's talk about this.
Did you know about Ryan Rand's arthritis?
Arthritis? I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
I don't think she'll have anything to say about it, but why not?
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Could go to the forest again, get mugged. Before I do that, let's see this guy one more time and ask about the prime candidates, get some more info,
A few
and
more
see.
questions, please. Thank you.
I asked about that already.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pods?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
A And what do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
They were being accused of selling slaves. The whole devil stuff is more like the younger son. Yeah, Ryan's idea, right? The actual business aspect, international. My question is, if they had like problems, Liam or Kate, right? Wouldn't that come up? Personal problems and the aptitude tests. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Before I go and use the walkthrough, I want to take random. Oh, that's funny. Oh, okay. Can't do it anymore. There's nothing else here. I checked all this already. It's all good. Understandable. That's handled. This is handled. This is handled. This is handled. Nothing over here. Nothing over here. That is not a happy place. Oh goodness! Imagine you trying to leave and someone's in the bushes waiting to ambush you. I go here first because I thought it's gonna be like empty, and it is, but nothing else happening. Okay, so no.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Okay. All right. So we did all that. Let's.
Know anything about poppy pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods? Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter. Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector? Prime candidates are simply the best students, the ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It's a very simple deal.
What is the
How
job?
do you decide who the prime candidate is? Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
Let me just see if I can get this. The game is hinting at something, and there's past information I can use in the present, right? With Simon and James, it's not that hard. It's pretty straightforward in a way, but like you saw it yourself. I was just able to get it right then and there. There is a contradiction here. Students aren't tested. Never asked Simon to test Kate. Simon, this and that. Okay, so... Three months ago, Atlas. The extra S threw me off. Usually. Sally. Okay. Focus. Getting rid of guilt and self-doubt. Yep, I can't figure it out. Okay, I'm back.
Probably be back later.
Now, I was not gonna get this. Like, it's not so obvious because again, I haven't. Where is this thing at? Key fob, remote control lock. Oh. Okay, never mind. I am way ahead of myself here. Yeah, like check the woods.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
You can't help those who don't want help.
What?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out, Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments. Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan. Is your keys, Kyle?
No.
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
It wasn't on the way, so yeah, naturally. I mentioned earlier in the episode, if it's on the way, I come across the cutscene. But if it's not on the way there, you can't expect to see it. Oh, but still, what the hell? Yeah, that's... I don't know. That's just so freaking bizarre. I know people who, like, fast for religious services. That's a different story. It's just... And it's on the right side. That's funny. This whole game is super British.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
Oh, that's so gentle. And also, like, why is he not calling for backup? He's been, like, mugged once
more questions, if you don't
and
mind.
threatened a few times, so, yeah, about that.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Did I... It was further down. Okay, I guess it was further up. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense, right? Okay, well... Okay. Excuse me.
Aha. So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
That is jumping to
how often
conclusions.
do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
This should clear up. It didn't clear up? Okay, well, that's the case. Let's try that one more time. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. It was this thing that changed.
Aha. Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime candidate?
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference! If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Midnight, and still no suspect. Unless you count everyone I've interviewed, it's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death. But I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
Okay, so let's recap a bit here. So, again, from the top, girl dies, suicide in this little village. A year ago, someone else, another student of the same place, commits suicide. And then there's the third deranged person who's leaving the area now because apparently Atlas is putting demons into people. There are some people who are accusing Atlas or Third Eye, same company, of training students to become slaves and selling them off. The little kickback that Paul mentioned, highly suspect. International, highly suspect. Who are the last prime candidates? Who's doing these courses? Whatever. So, the guy's hiding the fact that she was in the running for prime candidates and that Simon was testing her. We already knew that Simon tested her, that Simon admitted to it. Why is he still hiding that? There's something else there, right? Something happened in that room. Because, again, Kate's already inebriated. Why are you gonna test someone who's drunk? By the way. Like, she's always drunk. No. Like, you don't. That's one. Two, you're locking the morphine away in the room with mirrors that only two people should be able to get into, by the way. So you're locked alone in a room with controlled pain medications in a seminar that's designed to get you to not feel guilty about your actions. So what's gonna happen? You have all prime opportunity. If you have $1 million or controlled medications lying around and you take them, you're encouraged to take them, you're gonna take them, right? And these things are a controlled substance. You can get addicted to it. You can build a tolerance, a dependency upon it. There's a euphoria with it. And you have someone who's already having alcohol issues. It's like a no-brainer. It's what's gonna happen, right? You're giving him a supply and the opportunity to use it uninterrupted. No, that's a recipe for disaster, right? So why hide that? That's why, right? This wasn't just you have a place to hide your medications or whatever. No access to students, but students can get in there. So, like, what was this on purpose? Is Ryan the culprit? And he has those two. That is. It's not psychotic behavior because they're still very much. They know what the reality is. It's just they have a skewed view. So, sociopathic behavior. This is what they're training to become, right? Is what the class is doing. Those are his students. So, I mean, how far would you go? And how far would you even need to go? She drowned. Kate drowned in the woods. In fact, yeah, take a look here. Like, I guess on the way home. And I think I was mugged around here too. So, and her license was okay. Yeah, her license was dropped. So was she mugged as well? Is that what happened? She probably tried taking something out of Atlas for her proof, evidence, who knows, right? They found out, took her down. Done deal. So the culprits, I mean, I am like 85% sure it's those two sociopaths in the woods. But man. Alright, let me end it here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Platomaker. And I will catch you in the next episode. Take care.